Good morning, my friend. I'm not quite sure what time it is where you are. Maybe you've just opened your eyes. Or maybe you're getting ready to brew your first cup of tea. But what I truly hope is that right now, in this quiet little moment, you'll allow yourself to pause just for a few minutes. No rush, no to-do list, just presence. Because today, I want to invite you to reflect with me on something small but deeply important in the journey of healthy aging after 60, breakfast. Now, when I say breakfast, perhaps you immediately think of a piece of toast, a steaming bowl of noodles, or a simple morning coffee. And that makes sense. For so many years, breakfast has simply been what we call a quick bite. Something to fill the stomach, to keep hunger at bay, and I completely understand that. I've heard hundreds of my patients say the same. But after 35 years of working with older adults, I've come to believe one thing. After 60, breakfast isn't just about getting full. It's about beginning again. A daily chance to wake up the brain, to gently activate your muscles, and to light the flame of energy inside you. I remember a patient of mine named Linda. She was 68 years old, retired, living a fairly quiet life. She came to see me, not because of any serious illness. She said, "Doctor, I don't understand why I feel tired every morning, even if I sleep well, even when I don't do much. My mind feels foggy, my body just feels slow." I asked about her breakfast routine. She smiled and said, "Oh, I just have coffee and a couple of cookies. It's quick and easy." You see, that sounds familiar, right? Simple, fast, convenient. But after 60, convenient is no longer enough. Your cells, especially in the brain and muscles, they need more, not more food, but better food. I often compare breakfast to starting a car at the base of a hill. If you put in cheap fuel, the engine will sputter. If you slam the gas, it'll stall. But if you prepare well and fill the tank with the right fuel, even an older engine can run smooth. So today, I invite you to take a fresh look at your breakfast. Don't ask, "Did I eat enough?" Ask instead, "Did my breakfast nourish my brain, my muscles, and my mood?" We'll answer that question together in the next part of this conversation. So now that we've begun to reframe breakfast, not as a quick bite, but as a morning ritual of care, let's explore what actually goes into a breakfast that supports your body after 60. And don't worry, I'm not going to hand you a rigid meal plan or some trendy diet. This isn't about restriction or chasing the latest food craze. This is about understanding your body's real needs and meeting them with gentleness and wisdom. Let's start with the first thing, protein. Now, you've probably heard this before, but after 60, protein becomes more important than ever, not just to keep you full, but to protect and repair your muscles, which naturally decline with age. There's one amino acid in particular I always talk about with my patients. Leucine, think of it like the ignition key for muscle recovery. Without it, even if you eat enough protein, your muscles don't get the signal to rebuild. But here's the good news. You don't need to eat a steak every morning. You can get leucine from simple, clean sources like boiled eggs, plain Greek yogurt, tofu, or beans. One of my patients, Mr. Calhoun, 73 years old, used to say, "Doc, I thought breakfast was just coffee and toast." After we made a small change, adding scrambled tofu with herbs and a side of berries, he called me 2 weeks later and said, "I can't believe it. My knees feel stronger going up the stairs. I didn't realize my breakfast was holding me back." It doesn't take much, but it does take intentionality. Now let's talk about the second group, foods that protect your brain and immune system. That's where antioxidants come in. Think colorful fruits, blueberries, oranges, grapefruit, even a handful of grapes. Or a simple green smoothie with spinach, banana, and almond milk. These foods are like gentle defenders, shielding your cells from the wear and tear of daily life. Science shows that diets rich in antioxidants are linked to better memory, sharper focus, and even improved mood. I often tell my patients, if your breakfast has color, real, natural color, you're already ahead of the game. And finally, healthy fats. Yes, fats. Not all fats are bad. In fact, the right kinds of fat provide stable energy, help you absorb nutrients, and keep your brain firing smoothly. Avocados, walnuts, almonds, a teaspoon of olive oil. These are the kinds of fats that don't make you sluggish. They sustain you. A woman named Teresa, 66, told me she used to crash around 10:30 a.m. every day. We added half an avocado and some flax seeds to her breakfast. A week later, she said, I didn't need my mid-morning snack anymore. My energy just stayed even. So let me recap, not as a rule book but as a guide. Protein to rebuild, antioxidants to protect, healthy fats to sustain, that's it. 3 gentle pillars to start your morning with strength. But now, I want to share a ritual that comes even before food, one that might surprise you, but can transform the way you feel in just 5 minutes. We'll explore that in the next part. Now, before you even lift that spoon or pour your tea, there's one small act I always recommend. It's not a pill, it's not a supplement, it's something much simpler and deeper. A warm cup of water with fresh ginger, that's right, not coffee. Not sugary milk tea. Just water, gently heated with a few slices of ginger. Why? Because your digestive system, after a full night of rest, needs a soft awakening, not a jolt. You see, ginger has natural warming properties. It stimulates gentle circulation, supports digestion, and calms inflammation. One of my patients, Mr. Harold, 70 years old, used to complain of feeling foggy and heavy each morning. He drank 2 strong coffees before even brushing his teeth. When I asked him to replace the first one with ginger water, he said, at first I didn't believe it, but by day 4 I felt more grounded, not wired. I didn't shake. I didn't crash, I just started clearer. Now, this isn't to say you need to give up coffee altogether. Not at all. But starting your morning with something warm and non-caffeinated can set a different tone. It tells your body, I'm not in a rush, I'm here and I'm listening. It's a small act, but a meaningful one, a signal of self-respect. And here's something else you might consider. Eat your breakfast in silence. No TV, no scrolling. No news headlines flashing by. Just you, your meal, and the quiet of the morning. Let me tell you about Mrs. Elaine, a retired librarian, 74 years old. She told me, Doctor Ellis, I used to read emails and watch the news while eating. I thought I was being efficient, but I was anxious all day. Now I eat by the window, I watch the birds, I chew slowly, I even taste my food again. You see, this is more than nutrition. It's nourishment, not just for the body, but for the spirit. After 60, the way you eat becomes just as important as what you eat. Your nervous system, your hormones, your mood. They all respond to the pace, the setting, the attention you give your food. So tomorrow morning, I invite you to try this. Put down the phone, warm a little water, slice some ginger. Sit at the table, breathe in, exhale, and when you take that first bite, let it be more than food. Let it be presence. Let it be gratitude. Let it be the moment your day truly begins. Because life, especially life after 60, isn't measured in rush and noise. It's measured in small, sacred choices. We'll close with one final reflection in the next part. I often say this to my patients, and maybe now I say it to you. The way we begin our day is the way we carry our day. You don't need expensive powders. You don't need Instagram-worthy breakfast bowls. What you truly need is to slow down long enough to hear what your body is asking for. Maybe it's a boiled egg. Maybe it's warm oats with walnuts. Maybe it's a slice of avocado with a touch of olive oil. Whatever it is, let it be real. Let it be alive. Let it be something your great-grandmother would recognize. Because food is not just nutrition. It's memory, it's rhythm, it's identity. And after 60, when the world gets noisier and faster, your body craves simplicity. Let me tell you a small story. There's a gentleman I know, Mr. Takashi, 82 years old. Every morning for the past 30 years, he's had the same breakfast. A soft-boiled egg, a bowl of miso soup, a few slices of pickled daikon, and green tea, simple, consistent, nourishing. When I asked him why he never changed it, he smiled and said, "I don't eat to impress. I eat to remain who I am." That sentence stayed with me, because the truth is breakfast is not just fuel, it's an anchor. And sometimes, when life feels uncertain, when health feels fragile, when your energy dips more often than it used to, a quiet, nourishing breakfast can remind you you're still in charge. You can still choose what to put in your body. You can still begin again each morning, not for perfection, not for youth, but for vitality, for clarity, for peace. So here's my invitation. Tomorrow morning, even just once, treat breakfast as a gift, not something to rush, not something to check off, but something to receive, with gentleness, with respect, with awareness, because every meal you eat after 60 is not just about living longer. It's about living deeper. And if you try any of these ideas, a ginger tea, a protein-rich start, or even 5 quiet minutes before your first bite, tell me how it felt, leave a comment. Let me know if you noticed anything different in your energy, your mood, your focus. I read every word, and I walk this journey with you, and if this video helped you pause, even just for a moment, please subscribe to the channel, because this isn't just a health channel. This is a space for reflection, for rhythm, for realignment, so you can live the years ahead with more intention and more ease. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video. And tomorrow morning, may your breakfast bring you back to yourself.